This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
And welcome to the program. I'm Roby Brock. We're glad to have you with us today. This past week, members of the Arkansas House of Representatives selected their Speaker of the House for the 2019 General Assembly. His name is Representative Matthew Shepherd, Republican from El Dorado, and he joins us here today. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker-designate.
Well, thank you, Roby. It's a tremendous honor to have the trust and support of the House, and I look forward to serving.
So Madison Murphy was named Tourism Person of the Year this week, and you were named Speaker for the 2019 session. Who had the bigger week, do you think, publicity-wise?
I would have to go with Madison. It's hard to beat what's going on in downtown El Dorado, and Madison has certainly been a big part of that. And so it's been a big week. It's been a great week for El Dorado, and I think a great week for Arkansas too. All
right, I'm going to correct your answers as we go through this interview. You had a bigger week than Madison Murphy, but El Dorado definitely deserves a lot of credit for what's going on down there. You said when you, after you earned the speakership, did a press conference afterwards and talked about just kind of your leadership style, and one of the things that you signaled out was that you think it's important to set a high standard of conduct for the legislature. We've obviously seen some black eyes over the last year, more down on the Senate end, but certainly I think you guys get lumped in all together. What do you want to do differently?
Well, I think that Speaker Gillum has done a great job. I think that in light of what's happened over the last year or so, we have to just make a more focused effort, though. And for me personally, obviously, I want to hold myself to a high standard, but particularly in the role of Speaker, it's important to set that standard, a standard that hopefully others look to, because if I'm not holding myself to that standard, then how can I expect that other legislators are going to hold themselves to a high standard?
Speaker Gillum, as you mentioned, has served 2 terms as Speaker of the House. Not asking if you're running for re-election. Let's just get you in first of all. But tell me what you might want to do a little differently than what Speaker Gillum had. Are you going to kind of fold into a lot of what he has done, or is there anything specifically you want to do a little differently?
Well, I think each speaker brings different things to the table and kind of handles things in a different way. I think Speaker Gillum has done a great job. Obviously, I've served under him as Judiciary Chair for 2 terms. I think that we can build off of some of the things that he began. I would like to broaden some of the appointments and opportunities for House members to try and spread that involvement across the House more broadly. I think that's important in terms of engaging the members and also in developing other leaders and developing some degree of expertise in different areas. That would be one thing in particular. And then I think that I just bring, each person has different strengths, and hopefully one of the things that I want to work towards is similar to what I did in House Judiciary, is trying to work with each member, trying to work to build consensus, because most of the issues we face are not necessarily partisan or ideological. They're just issues that may affect different parts of the state, or there may be a slightly different take from one member to the other.
You're not going to miss chairing the Judiciary Committee, are you? There's been some heated discussions and debates down there.
There have been, but I think it's great preparation for serving as Speaker. And that's the thing that I talked with members about, is I felt like with my experience on House Judiciary for 2 terms as Chairman, and then before that I chaired House Agriculture, Forestry, and Economic Development Committee. Those were great, that was a great preparation to become Speaker, because as you alluded to, we've handled some of the most hotly contested issues. And I think that we've handled it in a very professional way, a very fair way, and in a way that even though we were dealing with maybe some difficult issues, that everybody felt that we handled it in the right way, even if some may not have agreed with the ultimate outcome.
You guys wrapped up a short special session this week. I had no idea that there were 9 burning emergencies in Arkansas to the level that we had. But let's talk about the biggest one that was kind of out there. Pharmacy benefits managers, PBMs. We have chronicled this whole insurance, PBM, pharmacy reimbursement rate situation. You guys passed a pretty comprehensive bill that's going to regulate PBMs to a fuller extent. What's going to happen immediately to kind of repair or help the pharmacies that have taken a financial hit?
Well, I think that it somewhat remains to be seen as to the immediate impact, although I think it sends a strong message across the industry as to the fact that this is a burning issue. This is an issue that not just we as a state are facing, but other states are facing. And in fact, Arkansas apparently on this issue is one of the first to act. And so I think that it's not that the legislation, I think, will immediately make change, but it sends that message. And as it's implemented, as regulations are rolled out, that's obviously going to change the landscape with regard to this PBM pharmacist relationship. But obviously, we've heard from so many pharmacies across the state, so many pharmacists, so many constituents about this issue. It's a critical issue, and I'm proud of the fact that we were able to come together and hopefully work for a solution.
The governor kind of surprised everybody with his announcement that he's going to shrink state agencies from 42 to 20. Seems to have some specifics in mind, although he didn't roll out some specifics. What's your take on reducing the size of state government? He says he's not going to cut any employees. So how much do you think in savings is out there? How much fat's on the bone?
I think that there is ample opportunity to generate savings in state government. I've had the opportunity to serve on the Governor's Transformation Advisory Board and have looked at some of these issues. And it's an issue, transformation and government efficiency are things that are at the very top of my list. I think it's important to keep in mind that for me, efficiency involves really two aspects. One is, what are we spending? And obviously, we want to try and be very prudent with our expenditure of funds. But then the second part, and what we also have to keep in mind, is the quality of the services we're delivering. And I believe that we can, that there's an opportunity here for us to look to save money while at the same time providing better services to the citizens of Arkansas.
Just using technology, maybe some things that are out there. Some will say, why haven't we done this sooner?
It's a big undertaking, and I think the governor has, I think he deserves credit for the fact that he has put an emphasis on this. Now, obviously, what he announced this week is a very big undertaking. It's a very a large task. But I think that sometimes we can get caught up in, and what I've felt like is that we've taken kind of a piecemeal approach to this. As legislators, as administrations found areas where maybe there's some savings to be had, well, then we tried to address that, but we haven't necessarily taken the comprehensive look that business does repeatedly and over and over. And so I think it's wise that we take a more comprehensive look at this. And obviously, he's called on the legislature to be involved in that process, and so we'll see how this plays out.
He will be the leader of the transformation legislature in 2019, at least the leader of the House of Representatives, Representative Matthew Shepherd. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations to you. Look forward to working with you over the next couple of years.
Likewise.
All right. When we come back, Democrats have an announcement to make. We will share details with you on that. And later, Rex Nelson, Wes Brown join me for a political and business roundtable. Stick around.